When you find yourself trying to make a decision and you just feel like you're too smart to be this stuck, like no matter how much you think about the decision, it never feels safe enough for you to move forward with it, then this episode is for you. Because overthinking a decision doesn't mean that you're always careful. Sometimes it just means that you're scared. Today we're going to talk about the 5 lies that high performers believe about overthinking and why they stay stuck in overthinking longer than they should. I have to be the smartest one in the room. You believe that your value comes from being the one that knows all the answers, but the reality is that that mindset turns every decision that you're going to make into a performance. If you wait until you're the smartest one in the room, then you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities because it's going to take you a long time to actually do anything. The odds are you're never going to be the smartest one in the room, especially if you're in a high-performing environment where that's in sports, that's in corporate, that's in business and entrepreneurship. You're never going to be the smartest one in the room if you're surrounding yourself with other people that are also high performers. So if you wait until you're the number one smartest one in the room, you're going to waste a lot of time. Think of the game of chess. It's like playing chess and refusing to move your chess pieces until you've gamed out every single possibility that you could possibly play and you have that mapped out in your head. You're not going to play that game. You're just going to stare at the board, stay stuck, and not move a single piece. And that is how I would translate that to life, is like a game of chess. You're trying to play chess, and if you think about your move way too much and for way too long, you're going to run out of time and you're going to lose that game. You don't need to be the smartest. You just need to be real and true to yourself and strive for growth, but also understand that you have your domain in your lane where you can be the best version of yourself. Which brings us into the next one, and that is I can't afford to get it wrong. If you make the wrong move, people will question your intelligence. The truth is that your fear of being wrong is actually stronger than your desire to grow, meaning that you are afraid of being wrong so much that you're actually curbing your ability to grow and improve and become a better version of yourself. You're putting fear on a higher pedestal than your desire and appetite to actually grow, not knowing that in order to grow, you're going to have fear. There is no growth when there is no fear. They go hand in hand. To grow, you have to overcome something that is hard, overcome something that is difficult, something that is uncomfortable. And a lot of times that manifests as fear. So understanding that getting things wrong should not be a scary feeling. And trust me, I know this because I spent a lot of years being afraid of getting things wrong and wanting to get everything right and afraid of what people would think about me when I got things wrong. And then I realized that I am not where I want to be in life because I am afraid to be wrong. And the moment I changed that and I started making decisions and doing things despite the fear of what other people would think or despite the fear of being perceived as not being smart, I actually started to learn things and started to move and started to actually feel like I was making progress. It's like going to the gym, you want to work out, you want to gain muscle, but you refuse to lift because you're afraid that people are going to think your form is not perfect. So you leave and go home. That doesn't make sense. If you want to get that health and you want to get that certain goal in the gym, you're going to find a way that you can learn the form. You're going to find a personal trainer, you're going to watch videos, you're going to ask a friend, ask people, and you're going to get better and improve at it. And that's the only way you can actually get better. So think about that. It's the same thing in life. If you want to improve in your job, if you want to improve in your business, in your personal relationships, in sports, in anything, you're going to have to face some resistance and you're going to have to face some uncertainty and you're just going to have to push through it. If you are getting a ton of value from this video and you're taking some things that are helping you in your life and helping you become more confident and make better decisions, subscribe to be notified for more content like this. Let's get back to it. The next one is I need to be certain before I decide. Smart people wait until they figured it out. That is not true. The truth is that you're using your intelligence as a way to delay action. You are choosing to be confused. Oftentimes, you have more than enough to make a decision. Might not be 100%, might be 80, 70%. You often have everything that you need, and you choose to be confused, and that usually manifests in overanalyzing things, in researching things, jumping into one research after another, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, asking 5, 6 different people of their opinions, and then now you have to go get another opinion on those people's opinions, and you end up just confusing yourself. But in reality, you're choosing to be confused, whether that's consciously or subconsciously, and that is just not true. When high performers make decisions, they don't have to be certain all the time. In the corporate environment that I work on with some of the top high performers in the big tech industry, a lot of these high performers make very smart and objective decisions, but they also make those decisions only knowing 50, 60% that it's going to be the right decision. The one thing that these high performers have, and that I have seen has made them successful, is that they have a bias towards action. They don't let ideas die on the vine. So when they have an idea, they research it, they validate it in some sort of way, whether that's data or within the market, and then they go after it. They just make it. If they're wrong, they're wrong. They're looking for the fastest way that they can be wrong, because to them, that's data. And that's the way you need to look at your decisions. It's data that you're mining, and it's okay to be wrong. The next one is smart equals slow and cautious. Being thoughtful means taking your time every single decision. The reality is that speed and decisiveness are also a sign of wisdom. You don't have to tell yourself that every single decision you have to take weeks and months and years to decide. If I kept telling myself, like I was before, that I'm just not ready for YouTube, I need to learn a bit more about YouTube, I need to learn about audio, video production, lighting, editing, all of these things before I launch my channel, I probably would still be researching YouTube right now. I wouldn't have even started this channel, but I finally had to recognize and come to terms with the fact that I have everything I need. I have everything I need, and right now what I need is more speed and decisiveness to make this decision and to just get into execution as quickly as possible. It's like you want to travel, you want to go somewhere, you want to take a trip. So you open up Google Maps and you study everything about that place that you want to go to. You look at every single restaurant that's there, every single building that's there, what the culture is like. You watch all the videos about it, and then you just shut your computer down and say that I'm going to do it one day. But you never actually book the trip. You never actually get to go and experience that. That is not being decisive. If you want to go somewhere and you have the ability, then you decide to do it, and you plan for it, you prepare for it, and then you do it. You have to actually execute to experience that thing. One thing I've learned is that thinking helps. Thinking really helps a lot, and you should do it. You should do it all the time. But what helps even more is taking action. Action teaches you faster. The next one is performing instead of living. You tell yourself, as long as I'm doing what's expected, I'm on the right path. Living for expectations keeps you from actually enjoying the process and enjoying the fulfillment that comes from the journey. You find yourself hitting all the milestones. You find yourself living this life that you have, and you feel like you're living someone else's life. Deep down, you feel empty, and this one question keeps coming into your head, and you keep asking yourself, who am I doing this for? When you're living out of alignment and you're living for other people, to please other people and do what other people want you to do, then that is going to put you out of alignment, and it's going to cause you to have that stress and anxiety all the time. Even though you may feel fine, there's always that voice in the back of your head that's going to be questioning, what are you doing? Who are you living this for? So you need to understand that living for applause and living for kudos from other people is extremely easy to do. And short term, it might make you feel better, but in the long term, living in alignment and doing the things you want to do with the abilities and skills that you have, as long as it's positive and it's fruitful, is rare and something that is much better for you. Overthinking doesn't make you faster. It actually makes you much slower. The moment you actually stop waiting to be ready is the moment that things are actually going to start happening for you. If this helps you get out of your own head, don't miss this last episode right here. It's about how people pleasing can disguise itself as smart decision making and how to finally choose you.